Great leaders never stop learning, and everyone's being discipled by something. The question is, what is discipling you? We're talking about that right now on Leading Forward.
All right, Jeremy, well, we are back for season 3.
S3, E1.
Season 3, episode 1.
Let's go.
We are on it. And so last season we called it the uncompromised leader. We talked about hard things, hard conversations, difficult things in life, society, and how the leader has to approach those.
Didn't offend anybody last season, man.
Hopefully not, but probably that's not true.
Hopefully we did a little bit, man.
No, actually, they needed to be offended. But this is season 3, and we're calling it Learning from Leaders.
Yes.
And this is all about how does the leader learn, and who do you learn from? And so I'm really excited. We've already got some potential people that are going to be guests on the show.
Yep.
And these people are leaders, and they're great in their own right, and what the business they've built and how they lead teams. And I'm excited for us to be able to learn from them, and then for them to be able to share their wisdom with other people as well.
And our people who are listening get some other voices and other perspectives other than just Nick and Jeremy, which is what we want.
Absolutely.
We absolutely do. So
I know for both of us, we are readers. We always want to learn. And, I remember back in elementary school, I'm sure every elementary school in the nation had this poster that leaders are readers and readers are leaders.
That's right.
And you didn't understand that when you're in 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, right? Yeah. It didn't make sense. I don't even like reading. Yeah. But now you get to the point going, this is the opportunity to learn and to grow and to always be better.
Yeah. Moment of confession for me, if I may. When I was in the Marine Corps, they teach leadership. I mean, you learn a great deal of leadership, and you're thrown in, it's baptism by fire. And a lot of it, I was a squad leader, and then I was the honor graduate, and then I was like meritoriously promoted to, I'm saying all this for a reason, because I was arrogant in my leadership ability. I did not read anything that I didn't have to. I thought that was silly. I'm like, well, other people just don't know how to lead. It was ridiculous. So for 10 or 15 years of my leadership experience, I did not have a growth mindset, man. And I look back with regret now. So thankfully.
I hated reading for years. Yeah. And I got to the point where, man, I needed to learn something different. And so my problem was I thought if I started a book, I had to finish it.
Oh, okay.
And so I got to the point going, man, if I'm 8-10 pages in and I don't like it, I'd throw that book away and go on
get something.
Or if I don't like it, I'm not committed to the book. I'm committed to learning.
Man, that's new for me to really think about. That's cool. Give yourself permission.
Yeah, going, all right, I don't like this. I thought I was going to like this. I don't like this
really
guy's
smart, man.
I don't like this person's writing style. I don't like kind of the premise of what I thought the book was. And you're going, this person doesn't make sense. Or maybe I have to stop and look up too many words. And so it's too slow for me. And so I've just given myself permission that I'm always going to read. I'm always going to be reading something, but I'm not committed to the book. I'm committed to learning.
I'm laughing so hard because I've got a guy, mad respect for John Mark Comer. And I almost brought one of his books, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. I didn't. But there are some people that I love to read that I don't really like to listen to.
Absolutely.
Man, no shade, but there's something
I've got one of those that we're going to talk about later.
Okay.
That's really one of my favorite books.
Love you, Pastor John. Love you, man.
But it's a pastor too. I feel like his preaching is good. Yeah. And I don't like really listening to it, but I love reading his stuff. And he's a great leader.
That's right.
There's nothing against it. It just, his communication style.
It's just different.
Yeah. All right. So today we're going to talk about some of the people we've learned from, the books that have been impactful on our life. We're in my office and studio, and so I've got bookcases everywhere and got bookcases at home. There's a Seinfeld episode that I'm not sure why we keep books, but it's like some trophy that we have, right? But for certain books, they are not just a book to read. They become this workbook, this resource book that I go back to over and over again. Yeah. And so we're going to look at different books, and you brought some books, and I see we have some overlap of books.
That's right.
We've talked about some of the key people that have influenced our life. And so let's divide these in a couple different sections.
Okay.
Let's talk about leadership, culture books, growth books. Let's talk about some spiritual books, and maybe we'll finish off with, is there some key podcasts or anything like that that you listen to?
Yeah, man. Yeah, because you're right. Books are a part of it. And as we'll continue to talk, but there are several other ways to absorb and learn from people. A book is probably one of the best, but yeah.
And what I also tell people is I don't read very fast.
Yeah.
So what I do is I buy a book, I pay for Audible, so I listen to books and read them at the same time.
Same.
It allows me to go a little faster, consume a little bit more.
Worth the investment.
Hit pause, make a note, hit play, keep going.
Man, and some people listen, they may be part of a company, organization that they want you to develop. Trust me, they want you to develop. So they may be willing to spot you for your Audible account.
Absolutely.
Or purchase the book X number of books per year. A lot of companies would gladly do that. Yeah.
But you got to ask.
You got to ask. Absolutely.
Hey.
Yeah. You want to kick it off, man?
Yeah, let's start off with some leadership books.
Okay.
Some key things that have really been influential in your life and really shaped kind of who you are as a leader, or maybe books that you continue to go back to.
Yeah, because there are a few of those, right?
Yeah.
And then some surprising ones. I'll kick it off. This one right here. It's Your Ship. Captain Michael Abrashoff. This was fantastic. For me, the takeaway in a few words was, you don't have to have all the resources that you think you do. You can get very creative and turn it, like he turned the worst ship in the fleet of the Navy at the time into consistently the highest performing ship in the Navy. And you might surprise yourself with how creative you can get with things.
So, you see a lot of reels and a lot of people posting about S tier, A tier, B tier, F tier. We didn't bring any C, D, and Fs.
Not today.
These are all top tier books that really have been impactful on our life. All right, continue to go through your list.
It's not for everybody, but The Founder and the Force Multiplier.
Okay, that's a new one for me.
Hergen Rother. I had never heard of him. This was referred to me because I got an administrative assistant. So if you have an EA or a Force Multiplier that's partnered with you, even if it's a volunteer, there are a lot of things that I draw out of this, and Perry and I talk about, because we use some of these concepts in our partnership in marriage. So it's almost a marriage book in some ways, but it's fantastic.
That's an interesting topic. I did not, reading that title, that is not where I guess it was going to go at all.
Right, yeah.
One of the things, I have a pastor that I work with a lot, and he says that leaders are really poor at using and having this force multiplier. You have this executive assistant, you have this assistant, and you still hold on to everything, and they are there to carry weight for you, and you need to be able to allow them to be good at what they're good at and what you hired them to do.
Totally. You want me to just keep burning through these? Good to Great, Jim Collins. I don't need to say anything. Classic. Just read it. It's great.
Classic. Every leader, that's a book every leader needs to read.
Yeah. This one, I think, overlap, you'll talk about. And then finally on leadership, not finally. I mean, this is just the top of the surface, right? But the first 90 days, whatever role that you're going into, if you're new to something, whether it's a position or a season of life, man, just good framework for how to win. And this is really good for me. Like, I give this to every new hire.
It's good.
And I say, hey, read
Bring
through
that back up real quick. First 90 days. Man, one of the things I work with for companies right now is helping them hire.
Oh, absolutely.
And hiring is so difficult. Yeah. Hiring key people on your team. We've talked about that a lot. Season 1, season 2, how important it is. That could be a game changer for a lot of companies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we can walk people through this in coaching for sure. Switch. You go, man.
All right. So I see you have the one thing there. I have that one on my list as well. This book is, I think, one of those books that everybody needs to read.
Yeah.
Because we want to do everything. And the truth is you can't do everything.
Nope.
And so
balance is a myth, right?
Balance is a myth, right? Yeah. And so I did a mastermind on this years ago.
Oh, no way.
And so I just call it Truth, Lies, and Leadership.
Okay.
And there's a lot of lies that we believe about leadership, about these myths, and how if you believe the wrong thing, you get the wrong results.
Yes.
Right. And so we need to simplify things. And what's the one thing you want most?
I'm only on page 43 in all transparency, but I didn't know you were bringing that.
Okay.
But I've gotten so much out of it. I'm like, dude, this is already on the list.
I've read this book at least twice.
Okay.
And then I've referenced it multiple times with different clients. I've recommended a lot of clients read this book. I saw you're on multitasking.
Yeah.
That's such a great chapter. I think we need to do a whole episode just on multitasking.
Totally. We did a team meeting last time, did some exercises based on that. Yeah.
This is also a great team book.
It is. It is.
Here's what I realized. When we read and we have like some type of book study with a company and you're like your team or your division or whatever it is, we offer books and try to do books, and not everybody on your team's a reader.
Sure.
And so when you pick a difficult book, everybody quits.
Yeah.
So you got to do something that
Find
keeps
ways
people going.
to break it up. One person teaches through one chapter, concept, whatever. Yeah.
Sure.
Good.
Next is really, this is S tier for me.
Yeah.
John Maxwell's 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth.
Yes.
I think I've read this book 4 or 5 times. I've taught 5, 6, 7 masterminds of this book.
I was in
You were
one of your
actually in one of my
masterminds.
masterminds.
Yeah.
Years ago. And the reason I think this is so important is it's a mind shift. It's going from how do I create goals to how to have a growth mindset. And when we have a goal mindset, we have a finish line, but life's not a finish line.
Right.
It's about continuing to go. The other thing I love about this book is John is so great at quoting other people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can come up with 100 quotes from John Maxwell right now, right? That we just love. But which means he's always reading. He's always learning. He's always learning from other people as well, which makes him who he is.
He's got a fun system. That if he's still doing that, he literally like takes notes out of as he's reading a book, and he files them every night, and he puts them in a filing cabinet. You know?
Yeah. So when I was went to the International Maxwell Conference, and we actually become certified as a coach, speaker, and trainer, you did that same thing. I don't know if you got to do it, but I got to be a part of a breakfast with John, and he just talked about what do I do every day, and I read, think, file, ask questions right.
That's right. Those 5 things.
Read, think, file, ask questions right. Yeah. And you can accomplish anything if you choose to go, man, I don't have to do everything, but I'm going to do these 5 things every single day of my life.
Who you are becomes who you are.
That's right. So I talk about DISC assessments a lot.
Yep.
Have you done Working Genius, Patrick Lencioni?
Yep. Love it. So, right there with DISC.
Absolutely. So here's how I explain DISC versus Working Genius. DISC is what position you play. So you're on this baseball team. What position you play? Well, you play second base or you play center field. That's your DISC.
Yeah.
But your Working Genius is where you are in the lineup.
Yeah.
Are you early in the lineup or late in the lineup?
Yeah.
And this creates this matrix for who needs to be in what meetings.
Right.
Because if you have dreamers, they need to be in dreaming meetings, not execution finalization meetings.
Not everybody needs to be in every meeting. Let that sit. Yeah.
Because you need to utilize their skills and their gifts for what the purpose of that meeting is. Right. Which leads to another Patrick Lencioni book that that I've read a couple times, and I'm working with a lot of companies through this right now.
Okay. I've not read this one, just, it's everywhere, but
Death by Meeting.
Okay.
Do you love meetings?
If it's the right meeting, but not all meetings.
Yeah, most people hate meetings, right? And so when I begin working with companies and say, okay, we got to create some structure for your meetings, they're going, I don't want more meetings. And no one wants more meetings. We need better meetings.
Better.
And this creates a framework really for how at every tier throughout the organization, you need to have some structure to your meetings.
What is it? Craig Rochelle refers to this. He says, man, go through this cycle. Kill a meeting. Hang on. Cut a rule, kill a meeting, empower a leader, repeat the process. Just to fight complexity. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, he talks about you need 5-minute meetings. You need 30-minute meetings.
Yeah.
You need
a standing meeting for,
Yeah, 5-minute standing meeting. Hey, you good?
Yep.
Everybody good for
Don't sit down. We got to go, man.
That's right. Yeah. And I think a lot of that, probably true with the team that you lead on Sunday morning, that you have all these leaders together and going, hey, worship, you good over here, kids, you good, y'all need anything? Here's the urgent thing everyone needs to know for the day, and we move on.
It's good.
So great book. All these build together, and this is William Vanderbloemen's Culture Wins.
Okay.
Great book. Came out probably 10 years ago, and just how important the culture you build determines how far your organization goes.
Yeah.
Culture kills teams. Culture creates great teams. Every team, every organization, every business has a culture. It's good or it's unhealthy or whatever it is. And how when you build a great workplace, you become an unstoppable force in your industry.
Man, this is a good moment to pause and just kind of reassure everybody. You're like, dang, these guys, it's all leadership. Hang on, we got a lot of other areas we're interested in. But these books and our people who we follow and learn from, they don't need to be yours. Like,
no, that's great.
You get your own, because this is, in some regards, when we say discipled, training the way that you think about the world.
Yeah.
And so this is, it's kind of, this is part of what shapes your worldview, is what you consume. Sure. I've heard it said this way: what you behold is what you believe, and what you believe determines how you behave. And so, if said another way, what you consume, no, I won't say it another way because I'm working on that. That's gonna be trademark. But so in some way, this is what's partially discipling us. We were talking a little bit earlier about macro learning versus micro learning.
This is good.
So what we're talking about now is macro. And when we talk about who we follow on Instagram and shorts and all that, that's micro, and they both have benefits. But one of the benefits of macro learning is the thought, the deep thinking, the pause. Hang on, man, let me think about that. Let me chew on that. I read a little bit.
Pause, make a note,
reflect.
Chew on a little bit.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. You want to just keep rolling?
So with that, you got to have both.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
And you need to be listening to people, reading people, having conversations with other people.
Meeting with people. Yeah.
Meeting with people. I told you I have a meeting scheduled that's with a guy who hopefully he becomes a guest on our podcast. That I'm excited because he lives in a whole different world, has a different background, and his leadership influence just continues to grow. So I want to learn from different people.
That's a pace setter, right? So like when you hear people talk about pace setters, hey, who's killing it in an area that you want to get toward, or in a totally different area, we're like, man, I could learn some things from this person. Yeah.
And here's what I would want people to listen. You're going, man, that's so many books. Do I need to buy them all today? Right. No, but you can start with any of these.
Absolutely. And Ahab, always have a book.
Always have a book. That's right.
Everywhere you go.
And so always finding somebody to learn from, whether it's, a Maxwell Lencioni, some of these other people that we've discussed. Get in this rhythm of learning from them, and have your 2, 3, 4 people that you're consuming really them, right? And consuming who they are, because you want to become more like their style of leadership.
That's right.
And we live in a consumer culture. We're all consuming something.
That's right.
And, we go through just the death scroll, right? And you're just scrolling, but in the process, you're consuming something.
And I went through just hours ago, as we're talking about, kind of the frame for today, and I'm looking at who I follow, and I was going through, and a lot of it's friends and, acquaintances and stuff, but man, there are a lot of amazing people, and I'm proud to share my algorithm with anybody. When I say proud, don't think pride. Think, man, I'm very satisfied with if my son was to pick up my phone and flip through my Instagram and see who it is I'm following. In fact, I created Instagrams for my kids so they could micro learn. I'm like, you can have this account, but I'm not saying this is for everyone, but you will follow these people and you will, have that flashing at least in front of you. So
we're consuming, and one of the things I realized is that when you consume information, you become an expert on something. And a lot of times, whether it's leading a mastermind, doing something for a company, or leading a meeting, that not everybody wants to go read and research the information.
Totally.
So I become the teacher. And what teachers do is read things that other people don't want to read so they can teach it to other people.
Or don't have the time to.
Or whatever reason. So if you want to become an expert in your field, whatever that field is, you've got to start learning some information and sharing that information.
That's very good. Learn and share.
That's right.
Learn, apply, share.
Yeah.
Hey, let's hit the some spiritual books for those who, and I'll go a little faster because I realize not all of our audience is all about it, but let's go back and forth. Empowering Leadership, Michael Fletcher, Empowering Leadership. Probably the first book I read. Another pastor gave it to me coming into ministry. Phenomenal.
Great book. I actually have that on my shelf over there. Yeah, great book. So I second that one as well. For a devotional for men, this book, James McDonald, Act Like a Man, really, or Act Like Men, really is a great book, easy book.
That's good.
Just to begin to digest what it means to be a spiritual man. And
that's great,
it's
man.
like a 40-day devotional. 3 to 4 pages a day, really being able to invest in what does it mean to be a godly man.
You should write another book on that. Okay. Intentional Father. This is John Tyson. He's a pastor, talks about biblical headship and what it means to pass legacy on. This is probably the best resource I've picked up on that has shaped me and how I look at my parenting. Now this is a high bar. This guy's wild, right? He like crafted development of his, if you're not careful, you read a book like this, like, crap, I missed it. Not so. And he goes on, stick with it, because he goes on to explain.
All right. So I read this book years ago, and I was really in a season just of dryness. I was just struggling with what's next. I felt like I'm just kind of dry spiritually and in life and in ministry and pastoring at the time and all the things that came along with that, and needed something just to refresh my soul.
Yeah.
And this book, John Ortberg, Soul Keeping, if you find yourself kind of in that dry, weary land, you feel like you're alone, you're feeling like I'm overwhelmed, man, this is a great book.
Yes.
You got to take care of your soul.
Yes. Have to take
care of your soul.
Yeah. When we say balance is a myth, what we're not saying is go hard all the time. You have to take care of your soul.
Oh,
ching.
You got it on your list as well.
Yeah, man.
When did you read that book? Was there a season
2023?
Of life? Was there a season of life that you were going through that?
A mentor said, hey, you need to pick this up and read it. And I did. So it was supplemental at that time. But yeah, it's become a value add for sure.
Sure.
Spiritual leadership. It's every time I look up, I'm trying to locate the camera real quick. Oswald Sanders, Our School of Ministry. Every young man or woman that goes through that reads this. Phenomenal read.
I actually went through your mastermind that you taught through that.
I forgot about that, dude.
Years ago. Yeah.
We're so cheesy going through each other's masterminds.
No,
man.
why not? That's how we learn and grow from each other.
I totally forgot about that. Not really forgot, but yeah.
But, and I'll just tell you, I didn't agree with everything in that book theologically.
I remember. A couple of the guys, yeah.
But I don't have to agree with all these.
That's right.
Or
that's
any
a good
of them.
point, man.
I don't have to agree with everything that's in this book to go,
yes,
man, 90% of it I need to consume. I need to learn from. I need to chew on. And part of the things I didn't agree on, they were nuanced things. But it made me go back and study why don't I agree with it.
That's good.
So it made me check myself, what I believe about God, why this is important.
Everything. Eat the meat, spit out the bones, man. Absolutely. Like that's just, if you can't do that, man, you just got to work on the maturity level. Keep going.
All right. So this book is by Dan DeHaan, The God You Can Know.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You set me off to that one.
Yeah, it is. If you took a seminary theological book that's like this thick, and you said, I'm going to take this 72-ounce steak and put it into a chicken nugget of theology and make it digestible, this is it.
That's really good. That's a good way to say it.
It is taking the depth of God into a manageable, understandable way of looking at God. Everything from understanding the attributes of God and the character of God. I've read this book multiple times, recommended it to multiple people.
Yeah.
And ultimately what it says is that when we know and understand the character of God, we lean in more to the character of God.
Yeah.
The reason we pull away is because we don't know God. So if you're looking to understand more about the nature and character of God, that is a great book.
I think anything by Tim Keller, if you can get your hands on it, the late and great Tim Keller. I don't do what I did. My one of my one mores was asking questions. And I'm like, dude, I know Tim Keller. I know everybody's read A Case for Christ, which is not Tim Keller. But I wanted to give her something fresh because she had picked up A Case for Christ before and didn't make it all the way through. So The Reason for God by Tim Keller. I know why you sighed because that's a deep read.
Oof.
And I was like 2 chapters into it. I'm like, oh man, this is the reason for God. She's going to love it. Mistake, man. Mistake. Yeah. It's a great book.
Tim, that is a 72-ounce porterhouse, big Texan, right? That it's wonderful.
Yeah.
The depth of it is amazing.
Know your audience. Yeah.
But like I was working with a church and they wanted to do that for a men's study. I'm going, man. It's going to take you a year to read through this book.
Yes. I haven't even finished it.
And because I was having to stop and look up theological terms, and I don't even know what that word means. I've never heard that word. I've never read that word in a book. And so understanding some books are going to ongoing chew on, and knowing the audience, I think is huge.
It's kind of like Dietrich Bonhoeffer, Charles Spurgeon, Screwtape Letters, like wonderful. Some of those take bites.
Yeah.
Take bites in this season. Take some more bites later. Cost of Discipleship. Oh my gosh. Letters to My Students. Like take bites of those things.
Great historical. I mean, they're wonderful books with so much knowledge, so much depth to them. But you got to take it slow, chew on it, and process it.
Do you, quick pause for a question for you personally, when you're like, hey, for me, my lunchtime is, I have 2 pockets of time in my day. Morning time, where I have a 20-minute window packed into kind of my self-time, time with God, workout, and then I'll read audio. And then I have lunch. Lunch is development, period, whether it's somebody else or myself. So I'll use that, whether I'm, eating by myself or eating with somebody else. It's a development window. Do you stay on a certain theme? Like, hey, man, in this season, I need to stay on this. Or do you say, today, I need a bite of this?
I've kind of gone back and forth on that. I'm not good at going back and forth between books.
Okay.
Either I'm in this book or I'm done with the book. Either way.
That's helpful.
But I can't jump back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so for a long time, I used my lunch as reading, or I had morning or lunch. And then for a while, what I did is if I had a 30-minute break between meetings, I would spend 15 minutes reading.
Wow.
So just going, okay, I'm going to take half this.
Yeah.
If I can read through one chapter.
That's good.
And so when you didn't know what to do between meetings, what's your default? Well, is it scrolling?
Right.
Is it checking email? Is it whatever? And I just tried to create
water cooler.
Create that as my default.
Keep going, man. Keep going.
Right. So this is Mark Batterson is the one that I said, man, I love reading his stuff. Circle Maker, Chase the Lion. Love the style of how he writes. It just it's just easy. Chase the Lion is about going after big dreams. And I think we actually had a podcast that I talked about the Lion Chaser Manifesto, and pursue dreams that are so big to fail. They're so big that they're destined to fail without God.
I love it.
And so this book I read really close at the same time of John Maxwell's Put Your Dream to the Test, which gave me the courage to dream bigger and believe God for bigger and go after more that I needed during that season, which really led me to where I am today.
Yeah. Trusting God. Like John Tyson calls it, he said, I want to be part of an unexplainable church. Like your systems, your processes, cool. That A plus B equals an output. And we need to pray the big prayers. We need to trust that God's going to do the big things so that when it happens, we know it wasn't us, man.
It is destined to fail.
Lousy old, yeah. A couple more that I'll throw in. Grit by Angela Duckworth. If you've probably seen the TED Talk. Okay. This is kind of where a lot of people came to know her writings. Just trust me, grit. Wow. Good. AI driven leader. This is one of my more recent ones. We had an amazing guy on. Rocky was talking about AI in our culture, in the marketplace, in the church. Season 1.
Yes.
Go back and watch that one if you haven't seen that. That was fantastic.
Rocky would be a good person to have on.
We need to have him back regularly. Yeah. That was very good. And then just going back to a leadership, just a quote from another Maxwell book, 21 Laws of Leadership. We read this one earlier by Leroy Imes. A leader is one who sees more than others, who sees farther than others, and who sees before others do. And then John Maxwell paraphrased it, leaders see more and see before.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's good.
That's a lot, man.
It is a lot. And, there's a lot of the books, a lot of information. The whole purpose, and really I go back to the 15 laws of growth, have a growth mindset. That it's not about achieving this. It's about having this growth mindset that there's always something more for me to learn. Yeah. There's always something more for me to get better at. And I need to go to the resources that have those answers instead of just going, well, I don't know what the answers are. What do I do?
Yeah.
Well, man, you just put a ceiling on your leadership.
That's right.
And one of the things I love that John says is every time you read a book, that person becomes a mentor in your life.
That's right.
It's the cheapest mentor you can have.
Yeah. You don't have to know them.
Yeah.
They don't have to know you ever existed for them to have a major impact on your development.
Yeah. So say that again. They don't have to know
They
you.
never have to even know that you existed for them to have a major impact on your development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think leaders need to curate their library. And, there's books over here that are just kind of, shelf fillers.
Right.
But there's others that, I pull out on a regular basis. And I'm sitting here with, a CEO and CFO of a company and going, let me show you something out of this book.
Yeah.
I think y'all need to read this. And so we begin having discussions because I have this library that is made for leaders.
Our pastor, Josh Howerton, says when it comes to dating, he's talking to guys and he says, become the kind of man that the kind of girl you're looking for is looking for.
That's right.
So as that applies to each one of us, when you're thinking about what you're learning, like don't pick up random books that people refer to you if it doesn't move the needle for you closer to where you want to be and what you want to achieve. So to your point, curate your own discipleship and become the kind of leader that the client you're looking for is looking for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's good. And a little bit of what you're doing is you're creating the avatar of who do you want to be so that you can sell yourself.
That's really good.
And so what kind of person do you want to become? So allow those kind of people to invest in you. The other topic that we didn't really discuss on here regarding books is fiction. And I don't read fiction at all.
Okay, I didn't know that. I don't either. I love diversity of thought, and I like to read, like I've got culture books and emotional sabotage and different things like that, but I don't read fiction.
Yeah. And I do. You said I like reading diverse thought.
Yeah.
That's really important. I think reading people that are different than you challenge actually what you think and why you believe what you believe.
Yeah.
And even if you get a nugget out of it, it's worth it.
Absolutely.
For me, reading fiction is a waste of the energy it takes to learn something. That's just for me.
Yep.
It's not entertaining for me.
Yeah. Like I have men and women on my team. Generally, a lot of the women will read fictional books and they get filled. They get filled by it. And I love that. But when it comes to, hey, does that move? Maybe it moves the needle emotionally. Maybe it does. I don't know. But for you and me, probably not.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Good. We're in the same boat.
All right. So any key podcast that you would recommend?
Can we one big bucket podcast? Any good follows?
Sure.
Man, I made a little list, so I'm gonna just kind of hit some of them, I guess. Right. Let's go with Diary of a CEO.
Love it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
It's great.
Voices are Rich Wilkerson Jr., VU Church, Pastor Josh Howerton, Live Free Podcast, and the messages from Lake Point Church, David Jeremiah, John Piper, Alistair Begg. I'm going to say this, Mark Driscoll.
Yes.
Ready, fire, aim. Hit me with that one. There's such good stuff there. Joby Martin, these are pastors. Shane Pruitt, personal friend and pastor, reaching the next generation like a boss. Shout out Shane Pruitt. Miss you, man. Craig Rochelle, Ryan Visconti, J.P. Pokluda. I'm just going to keep going. I got like 8 more. Pastor Josh McPherson, fantastic pastor, man, dad. Ben Stewart. Tim Ross is hilarious. He's edgy. He says stuff. He's a pastor. He's crazy, man. He's crazy. Charles Spurgeon, Darius Daniels, a new friend, Ian Barnett. He's a Christian rapper. Look up ASAP, like ASAP, Preach.
All right.
You're going to love it, man. You're going to love it. The guy's for real. Red Pen Logic, that's a great one. Gospel Metrics for church system stuff. And then Gospel Speakers is just preaching and communication. Pass.
I do like the Joby Martin. His podcast, always good stuff. Craig Rochelle's Leadership Podcast.
Definitely.
He has a couple different. The Leadership Podcast is 20, 25 minutes. It is to the point.
Yeah. I've fallen off of that one, and I don't know why. It's so good.
I know. It has fallen off my radar too. Thinking through some of the other ones, Live Free, Mark Driscoll, Ed Mylett. Ed Mylett,
I
the
forgot
Ed
to
Mylett
write him
show
down. Yeah.
is absolutely amazing.
He's new for me. Yeah.
Yeah, just finished one of his books recently,
Okay.
and man, The Power of One More. Don't stop, keep going.
Wow.
One more rep can change everything. School of Greatness
Not heard of it.
by Lewis Howe. It is a top podcast, absolutely great. And then the Vanderblumen Leadership podcast for church culture.
Okay.
And leadership and church culture.
Hey, can we put these in show notes? Or
Yeah.
I'm acting like I know what I'm talking about. I don't know. We can put this somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. These will all be in our list on YouTube and show notes for everything. And so if you want any of these, we can help out.
Yeah.
If you have questions about books, going, hey, do y'all know about this book? If you have a recommendation for a book,
That's great.
man, we'd love to hear your recommendation.
Just comment it and let everybody else see it. I think that's probably a good way to do it.
Absolutely.
Let me throw in 3 more.
Okay.
Wesley Hunt. So there are some politicians who I love what they're doing.
Absolutely.
And I love how they're addressing things. Byron Donalds, he's new for me. Best Christian memes on Instagram. Like, just fun, man. You got to have some fun with this. And I like watching comedians too. So got to hit some good comedians to learn timing and pacing and rhythm. And
comedians are, if you are a young pastor trying to learn how to communicate.
Yeah. A speaker of any kind, honestly,
really,
right?
Yeah.
Like,
listening to some comedians helps you understand rooms and help you understand rhythms and voice inflections and all those kind of things. And they're great. Now, you got to have the knowledge and theology to be able to use that, and they got to pair together. And so you can't go one or the other. You need both.
They've got, I'd say generally, man, this is just from my gut says most comedians who do stand up have very high EQ.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that, Michael Jr.
Oh yeah.
He's
Michael
absolutely
Jr.,
wonderful.
man.
Yeah. Great communicator, and every respect. All these are resources for leaders to always get better. And this season is all about learning from leaders.
Yes,
These
man.
are some
I'm
leaders
pumped.
that are in our life. We're going to invite some other people that have become leaders in their world and leaders really impacting us, and we get to impact their life as well. Stay tuned for this season.
Yeah, man.
Continue to like, subscribe, follow, continue to get the word out, invite other people. And then ultimately, if we can help you, your organization in any way, please send us a message, reach out, whether it's doing some staff development, some leadership development, asking some hard questions. One of the things, I got this compliment a couple weeks ago, and the guy said, man, you don't ever tell me something I don't know. You ask me questions I would never ask myself.
Okay. Wow.
And I think that's what leaders have to do, is they have to ask harder questions if you want better answers.
So for this episode and this content, a question might be, hey man, kind of like what we started with, how are you getting discipled?
That's right.
Do you even have a growth mindset? You can get one. You can change.
All right. So let's do let's finish it with this.
Let's go.
Pick the one book that you would recommend. What's your next step? If someone says, what's the next book I need to read? What is it?
If we can't choose the Bible, 21 Laws of Leadership. Oh, Maxwell. Let's go. Let's go.
15 Valuable Laws of Growth. Yeah. And so it's crazy that we both went there.
Yeah, we did not know that.
Yeah.
Not staged. Not staged, people.
A lot of great books, but because these are about mindset.
Exactly, Red. So, exactly.
Hey, thank you again for joining us, for leading forward. We really are honored that you are part of this. Continue to like, subscribe, follow, share this with someone else. Put some comments on there about books that you recommend and how we can continue to invest in you as you learn, grow, get better, and always lead forward.